the title screen, the mic didn't show up. So I went and manually changed it. So I'm like, cool, I'm ready. So then when I switched the screen, in my head, I'm like, all right, cool. Since I switched it there, I don't need to switch it here. I forgot that I got to switch it here too. So I've been talking this whole time and the mic wasn't on because I didn't switch it on this screen. I don't like this. I don't like this. Look at me out here giving out flowers. And them shit's just up in the air. Like, god damn, bruh. God damn, bro. Okay, so let me rewind from the beginning so y'all can hear what I said. Real quick, just hit the rewind button. Like, all right, cool. Real quick before I start talking about anything today, Queen was live. Queen was live. Slay Queen was live. What? Listen. Let me not yell into this microphone because y'all know me. I can get real loud up in here. Slay Queen was live, and I missed it. Listen, even if I couldn't join it live. I seen people. I seen Tiff. I seen Josh. They messed me. Yo, Queen is live. I'm walking around. Cause mind you, I wasn't home. I'm walking around. I'm like, what? Like it's crazy. It's crazy. So, I mean, listen. I was on wheelchair duty, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't because I was busy. Just say, for example, I'm on wheelchair duty, and then I go and get my phone and watch the live. I'm not on wheelchair duty no more. Whoever's in that wheelchair is going to be playing in traffic because I'm watching Slay Queen live on my phone. I'll be walking around like, she's really live. And then both my hands are here. And then I look down, the wheelchair gone. We have a problem. we have a problem. So for people that don't know, my dad's wheelchair bound, right? So like if you want to go around and move places and shit, I gotta, push the bitch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not him. I'm talking about the wheelchair being the anyway, look, point is I gotta go around pushing the wheelchair. So transparency, cool. Anyway. Damn, I'm gonna catch the next one. I can't believe I missed that though. And she was live for like 4 hours. 4 hours. Girl, let me tell you something. You might be doing 4 hours now. Later on, you might bring it down to 3. And then you might bring it down to 2. You know what I'm saying? Holy. You didn't let him go. You're damn right I didn't let him go. Hey, if anybody pull up to her live, shout out to y'all. Y'all the real MVP, man. Shout out to the Flex Mob. Shout out to the Koala Holics. Slay Queen went live. That is a monumental moment. I'm definitely going to catch the next one without a doubt. So, hey, man, I'm excited. I'm going to go watch the replay, see what I miss. And, yeah, we going to catch a vibe, bro. So, how's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Welcome back to the Flex Mind Network. It was a 4-hour party. That's madness. See, now I don't do the 4-hour lives no more. I'm sorry. That's not in my vocabulary no more. I want to, like, let me tell you something. I don't have the greatest gaming chair at all. Sitting in this is not fun. All right. I have to get up because the way that my legs be feeling when it gets to a certain point, like I'll be sitting here for 3-4 hours and one of my legs is just dead asleep. So that when I stand up, it's like I only got one leg and then this other leg is just dragging as I'm trying to walk. Now I look like a zombie out The Walking Dead trying to come out of my room, talking about my leg don't work. So that's why the time started to go down, right? Let's go ahead and get that out the way. Is that Vibrant? What's up, Vibrant? How you feeling? We got the one and only lovely lady on YouTube. That is a wizard with numbers. What's up, Vibrant? No. King Hammer. They're clocking out, but they got a reason. Let's get that out of the way. There's a solid reason why they're clocking out. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, I'm not even going to lie. Based on the things I'm seeing on YouTube right now, there is not a lot. There is not a lot whatsoever, right? Now, we can easily talk about the game, but why would we need to talk about the game knowing that we've already talked about this before? This ain't the first time the game said this. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the theatrics, the theatrics that comes with it. Everyone's like, oh my God, he said something. Bro, come on, it's the game, bro. You think I was born yesterday? You think we don't see the PR tactics? We've already been over it. Not gonna lie, the Chicks video, so Chicks dropped the video, I think, yesterday or the day before with the game. And I'm not going to lie, in that video, he's speaking nothing but facts, because for the people out there sitting there talking about how, oh, Drake's been absent, when in reality, he hasn't been. Like, so what are we trying to get at? Because man dropped about 50 songs, including features, in that year, and everyone's saying how the rap game is boring. Y'all king that y'all miss dropped tracks, and they never flew. So, is that, whose problem is it? Whose fault is it? This, bro, half the time, the industry really be playing people. All these little, like, billboards, Spotify's, they really be playing in people's faces, because you will literally just listen to the song. But because you have recency bias, you be forgetting who the hell you listen to. Like, that's crazy to me. So people sitting there, oh, he's really been absent. You just listened to the album. You just heard his feature on 21 Savage track. So what are we talking about? It's like people want to be lied to. Casual fans want to be lied to. That's my conclusion. I ain't gonna lie to you. Holy. 100-degree weather. That's crazy, bro. Did you listen to the summertime song I sent you yet? Nah, not yet. I'm going to listen to it after. When I finished the live yesterday, I had to disappear. I went to a birthday party. It was like a surprise birthday party for the manager at my security job. So I had to make sure that I show up for that, you know. So I had the birthday party going out throughout the night. You know, it was a big celebration. They closed down the bar. Well, bar/club. They closed it down for the day to celebrate her birthday, and then just like, you know, the chef, you know, he's chefing in the kitchen. There's a bear. Like, listen, when I don't know what it is about this dude in cooking, but when he really wants to do it, he's gonna cook too much food. He cooked way too much food. And mind you, I only went and got one plate. I seen mans go back for a third and a fourth. I'm like, you don't want to go to bed, or sorry, you don't want to leave tonight, because the way you about to catch itis, you are not, you gonna fall asleep on the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Dude's going back for a fourth plate stacked. I'm like, all you need is one. This is crazy. Everybody drinking all this beer, drinking all these White Claws. Mind you, I never drank a White Claw in a day in my life. I had a sip. I had a waterfall of a White Claw yesterday. I don't understand why people like it, because a man said there's water in it. I'm like, y'all drink what? there's water in it, and y'all like this? Y'all pussies, bro. Y'all drinking that weak shit, bro. Go down the street, get me a couple cut waters. You know, get me the tequila joint, get me the mango joint, and then we straight. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in here with no White Claw. Like, that shit is good. That shit's not good. Took a sip. I felt embarrassed, bro. What the hell? Talking about, oh, it's so good. Like, this White Claw is so delicious. Like, it really be quenching my... Get out my face. Get out my face. Talking about White Claw is good, knowing that cut water exists. Don't do that to me. We got cut water in Canada. Don't do that. We don't need that. Out here trying to give me a Happy Dad to drink like I like a seltzer. I don't like that. I don't like seltzers. This shit tastes weird to me. I'd rather drink tree bark beer. I call beer tree bark sometimes. I'd rather drink that, but nah. Trying to hand me a White Claw, talking about, oh, it's really good. Like, you should try it. Now. Like, yo, I'll be stupid sometimes. We'll watch a Jay Nolan video for vibes. We'll start with Jay Nolan.
It's Nolan.
Mind you, I'm not gonna do a reaction to this, but we're gonna sit back and watch this one. I ain't gonna lie, this video long. It's like 24 minutes. I don't know why we need to dedicate 24 minutes to the game, knowing that this nigga only deserves 2. Anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. Shoot, let's go ahead and get started.
Inside the industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. In this video, we gotta get up with game. Unfortunately, once again, people are still pushing these tired, stale, unproductive, unnecessary narratives about Drake and the status of hip-hop. Now, we just heard from people like the DJ that don't spin on this subject. We've heard people like Esso and Heineken from Bag Fuel on this subject. We've heard from people like Remick and Maleficent podcast on this subject. People seem to have this idea that Drake being on so-called hiatus is ruining hip-hop, is putting us into a decline.
Yo, Josh, what the hell is a mom water, gang? What the hell?
I don't know where they would derive this information from, but apparently there's a lot of folks out there that just miss Drake. Gave y'all an album last year. Apparently,
it's cool if you miss your favorite artist, but to let the world know that you miss him, that's weird. That's weird.
They weren't satisfied with it. He keeps feeding y'all not the Iceman album, but creamsicles that y'all act like y'all like. Y'all act like they be the hottest shit out in the street when they drop. But then, after a few weeks, y'all hunger is no longer satiated, and apparently that means he's not here. Right? He gave y'all a whole Iceman 3-episode rollout, supposedly a 4th on the way. But clearly they weren't entertained by that. None of us truly were, but it was a moment in time. So, because of all of those things, they say, man, hip-hop is suffering. It's on a decline. We're back into a famine in hip-hop. I can remember back in 2022, 23, where these same conversations were happening, right? So let's not forget, in some of Drake's most active moments in the past 5 years, people were still spreading these narratives. And the reason why I think people are really spreading these narratives is, number one, they want him back on top, right? Not so much as the top streaming, because he is allegedly the top streaming artist in the world or in hip hop. Apparently that's not enough. They want him to be on top in terms of fanfare, the favorable reviews. And they feel like the people that are willing to speak.
But like I said prior, it doesn't mean anything knowing that the landscape is changing. You're trying to revert back to something that you knew, that you think can still work, when in reality, the landscape that you stand on is changing. It's not shifting. It's not moving. It's being changed. It's getting replaced slowly. What we knew prior is not the same anymore, because the fans want more. The fans have been drip fed for years with subpar music. The only reason why they like it is because it's what's out, so they can accept it. Fans have come to realize post-battle that there's more to this music shit. It's not just drip fed this amount of songs and call it a day. No, you got to sell an experience now. It's more than just a drop. It's more than just first week sales. How are you going to feed the fans now? The fans have been hungry for years. 2026, they're starving. How are you going to feed them? And don't think that you're going to put out a compilation album and think going to be sweet. Let me tell you that right now. It's not going to work. What's going on in music right now is going to change forever until that is going to change again. Prior to the beef, the decline hip-hop was on, it was undeniable. It had to be changed. That was the point. Like, hip-hop before the beef had to be changed. Had to be. It was inevitable. So, to have a beef at that level, at that scale, to end that era, to start anew, bro, that was supposed to happen years ago. It finally happened. Now we can finally move on to something new, and that's what's happening in music right now. That's why rap is down. Rap is shifting. Rap is changing. Rap is going through like it's just going through a change right now. What's good, Alex? How you doing?
And hold him to the fire, hold his music to the same standard of everybody else, are doing him not only a disservice, but also the industry. Someone else who's been very adamant about this same narrative has been Isaac Hayes III. We dissected his shit a couple weeks ago, and I had a very long rant, a very necessary rant, nonetheless, giving people names and alternatives and, of course, other successful hip-hop projects that have come out in the last year that actually negate everything that people have been talking about. I'm not going to do that again today, right? But we are going to have a conversation no less. So let's pull up this. Originally, it's a tweet from Isaac Hayes III that Game ended up reposting on his story and adding his thoughts to. So here we go. Isaac Hayes III said the Kendrick Drake.
You see why I didn't want to do a reaction to this? Like, everything that we're witnessing in this video, I already talked about it. So it's a good thing I'm not recording this, or I'm not reacting the way I should be reacting to this. We already talked about this.
Beef killed commercial rap music. He keeps pushing this, and he's very relentless. It gives him engagement. It puts his name in the conversation, which I think is ultimately what he wants. And I think he expects that those moments would lead people to his fan base app, which has not proven successful yet. He's been going viral for the last 5 years, and usership is what it is over there. But anyway, he says it turned hip-hop into an engagement art form, not a chart performing one, right? So I'm guessing what he's trying to convey here is, as far as an engagement art form, it's got the people talking. People such as myself and others on YouTube are able to talk about hip hop, talk about the music, talk about the controversy, talk about the beefs. However, he feels that it's not translating into chart performance for the artist. Remember, this is the same guy that said that Glorilla should have won Best Hip Hop Album at the Grammys this year. No diss to Glorilla, but no. And then it was also exposed that he had, credit on one of the Glorilla songs for sampling his dad. So that also showed his lack of ingenuity, even on that front. He says, everyone showed up, debated, replayed, picked sides, ran the numbers up. Meanwhile, the Billboard Hot 100 kept moving. The beef fed the masses and killed the charts. So I see why labels are cutting back. Black folks would rather tear down artists from both sides when collaboration is what drives expansion. This is the same guy who's taken the last 2 years pretty consistently to try to tear down Kendrick, make him seem less talented, less relevant, while simultaneously hoisting up Drake, but then he wants to say
Don't kill me, Connor.
people would rather tear down artists from both sides. You actively participated in the tearing down of an artist on one of the sides, yet now you want to complain.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Exhibit Alex for 4 months membership with the Flexing My Network. Girl, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. We just gonna have to shout you out real quick. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Alex. That is amazing. I appreciate you so much. Wow, words are hard right now.
Why don't you goddamn take some of that money from fan base and invest in a motherfucking artist? You used to make beats once upon a time. What happened? Not good enough. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Then you got Game. And apparently Pete Rock must feel the same way, because Game.
You know what? Let me just start by saying this real quick when it comes to the beef and when it comes to the battle. The fans, man. It's the fans. The fans that we got today, die hard like fans, like these psychos on Instagram, these psychos on Twitter, these parasocial individuals. That's the reason why a lot of people are looking at this as if it's like a plague, in a sense, because of what it did to the fans. No. And I remember I said this before. The industry, through the music that you guys have dropped, has built the fans up to this point. The way fans are acting today is off the back of the product that you've been feeding them. Just go ahead and make that clear right now. Of course, the crash out generation is going to crash out over a battle at this level. It only makes sense. Don't try to sit there and say these fans are like the same fans 20 years ago, because they're not. They're definitely not. Don't even say 10 years ago, because they're definitely not. This is a D1 crash out generation. Don't believe me? If you have ever seen some of the live streams that these kids be doing, bro, and the way that they're getting fans that way, bro, you would sit there in disbelief like, what are they doing? You can do this live? If you would have seen what I saw. If you would have seen what I saw, Jesus Christ, you'll be dumbfounded. You'll be sitting there in disbelief. Like, that's someone's son. That's someone's daughter. That's crazy. These are D1 crash out fans. Like, if there was a scholarship for crashing out, every single one of them would be honorary students. Like, that's crazy to me. So, of course, the crash out generation is going to crash out over a beef at this level, at this magnitude. It only makes sense. And this is the product that you've been pushing. The industry's been pushing the crack. And now that you got the crack fiends active, y'all like, I can't believe this is how they're moving. I couldn't, I never saw this. Bro, you fed them. What are you talking about?
Got this from Real Pete Rock, which I think is extremely crazy, because Pete Rock and Common had a decent album that's dropped in the last couple years. I think it was a little overhyped personally, but I think Common did good performances on there. The beats wasn't really my taste. Pete Rock's beats ain't
what's
really
good,
been
Jordan? It's been a minute. How you feeling?
The way that they should
Malcolm
for a minute, but that's just my opinion. So Game says, y'all ain't appreciate one of the greatest. Now the absence and silence has the art form down 50%. Now, where JCon got the 50% metric from, I do not fucking know. Once upon a time, they said the game was down 50%, not the game, the rapper, but hip hop. A few years ago, they said the game was down 70%. The sales are down. Hip hop is becoming one of the least streamed, least successful genres in hip hop. They're divesting from hip hop. They're looking at Afro beats. They're looking at world music. They're looking at international artists.
Listen, these are things. Hey, These are things I've already talked about, especially when it comes to Afro beats. They've been looking at Afro beats for years. Honestly, since the pandemic, I'm going to keep it tall. Since the pandemic, they've been looking at Afro beats heavy. Afro beats had a light on it prior to the pandemic. But post-pandemic, they needed artists from there. And look how many artists are coming across the borders. Look how many. Now we got K-pop on the horizon. K-pop's artists are going crazy at Coachella. They're going crazy at Rolling Loud. How? Because of the decline in rap, it's allowing other genres to step into space and fill the holes that rap was supposed to be in. That's why K-pop is hot. That's why Afro beats is hot. That's why that Spanish music, Dominican music is hot right now. Because of rap's decline, it's opening up spaces for others to thrive from. It's crazy.
And at the same time, at the end of each of those years, hip hop was still the motherfucking king. And I'm willing to bet at the end of 2026, the story will remain the same. So
it's all good, Jordan.
I don't understand why people feel like they have to lean on this particular narrative. I think it's convenient because you get to say a statistic, and for people that aren't going to go out and check those statistics or fact check or look further into it, the people that are on social media that are scrolling and they see something, they like it, they retweet it, reshare it, and move on about their day. If it comes across their timeline, it's got to be true. Damn, that sounds like somebody bars.
Nah, I want to go Miami now. I said it earlier. They're trying to make Drake or Iceman into a superhero that's going to save hip hop. How are you gonna save it when it's fine? Look at the songs that are doing numbers right now in hip hop. Hip hop looks good right now. Honestly, hip hop looks better than a lot of years, like 2024, 2023, 2022. Hip hop right now looks real good. Looks real good. And that's the ones that they want you to see. What about the ones that you don't see? Think about that in the sense, right? So it's an illusion. It's based on perspectives. What's going on in music right now with these little, like, these PR scandals and everything, they're playing perspectives. It's a game of perspectives right now. From this perspective, this is what we see. But from this perspective over here, this is what we see. Now it's a battle between different perspectives to see whose perspective is superior. Not better, superior. Let's make that clear right now. And not superior in the sense like, oh, this is over this, but superior in the sense that this won over this in this moment. Doesn't mean it's better, but in this moment where it won over the other perspective, this one looks better. And the illusion of that perspective looking better is not the reality either. So that's another thing to take in as well.
Heard it on the Button Podcast. It's gotta be true. And then it just goes from there. It becomes, common knowledge, although the knowledge is actually false. It becomes fake news in the minds of
how do you say your name? Chocolate Thai? Chocolate Thai. I don't think I've seen your name in here before. Well, first of all, welcome to the Flex Mind Network. Welcome to the live. I believe that's the first time I've seen your name. How you doing? I hope you're doing good, though. Appreciate you for stopping by.
Somewhat decent people. If hip hop is down 50%, why is it that rappers like Game, and I know
Alex,
Game has definitely tarnished his legacy in multiple ways, not just this whole Kendrick Lamar situation, but the sexual assault stuff, the allegations of dealing with an underage India Love, I think it was.
Underage India Love.
And shit like that, that's kind of taking him out of the rap conversation. But Nonetheless, I still see promotion for him when he drops. People still hype up his music. So why isn't it that Game can't help resurrect it or sign somebody or put the music? Why hasn't Game put anybody on in the last 10 years? Let's start there as a vet.
Facts. Or why hasn't it worked?
You know what I'm saying? Because hell, Dr. Dre got nasty allegations against him, and he still found ways to traverse every generation just about with an artist or two. So what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Even Snoop, with everything that he's done to make his fall from grace a loud thud.
Oh, she's from Big Zoe's community. That's what's up. Hey, shout out to Big Zoe and his community, bro. Real talk. Shout out to the Koalaholics. And, of course, shout out to the Flex Mob. These communities are wonderful communities. Shout out to any other community that be pulling up here. I appreciate y'all for sure. Appreciate the support and everything. So that's dope to hear.
He still finds ways to work with new artists, put on new artists, co-sign new artists, so long as it's in service to him and collaboration with him on his new projects to make him look good. But nonetheless, he still does it.
Looks like it's raining.
So where are the people that are actually complaining about this stuff? People in the industry, but yet not trying to contribute to anything beneficial to the industry that they're actually complaining about. And this is where I want to keep the conversation. Okay?
Hey, shout out to Chocolate, bro. You were there when I was at the GNX show? That's crazy. That is so crazy, bro. Hey, I appreciate y'all for that, bro. That was a monumental moment for the channel for sure when I went to the GNX concert. That was so cool, man. It's all based on facts, but it's how the facts are understood that determines perspective. Hey, absolutely, bro. Real talk.
So, you mean to tell me y'all believe that the Kendrick and Drake beef, which overly stimulated the industry for the last 2 years, had songs, diss songs no less, on the top 10 of the charts for weeks at a time from both sides, mind you, at a time where people were already complaining like they are now? But y'all don't want to blame the labels. Y'all don't want to blame the lack of artist development.
Woo! Yes! Nigga, say that part again. Sorry, when people say artist development, oh my God, I'm right there with you. Cause let me tell you something. The way I want to put together an artist development program for Toronto, bro, it's seriously bad here.
Both sides, mind you. At a time where people were already complaining like they are now. But y'all don't want to blame the labels.
Yo, quiet on set. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, quiet on set. Ladies and gentlemen, please, shh, please. We gotta say something real quick. All right? Because as far as I see it, I just took a dip in the chat. I just took a little look-see in the chat. We got a celebrity in here. All right? So yo, quiet on set real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, Slay Queen is in the chat. We got Slay Queen in the chat. Hold on a second. We got Slay Queen up in here. Wait a minute. We got a celebrity up in this mug. All right, what's good, Slay Queen? Girl, how you doing? Wagwan. Yo, big sis, you all right? Yeah? You good? Everything blessed? Like what? What's good, Slay Queen? Girl, I miss your live. I was so mad, but I was not home. Oh, my God. We got Slay Queen up in here. That's crazy. We got a legend in the chat. That's wild. Holy. Look Pon Connor with the Wagwan. Yo, I'm dead. I love it. Holy.
Y'all don't want to blame the lack of artist development. Y'all don't want to blame people that have the means, the resources, supposed to have the creativity. Y'all supposed to be the experts. That ain't putting shit into talent. Y'all don't want to blame the so-called SoundCloud rap.
Yes, if you good job, Josh. Good job. If you haven't gone over to Slay Queen's channel and subscribe yet, make sure y'all go ahead, hop over there real quick, hit that subscribe button. All right, do that for me, please, and thank you. Slay Queen was live. That's wild.
Rap era that came in the mid 2010s as the blog era was running shit. Y'all allowed counterculture to come in, youth to come in and say, fuck that rap shit. I'm a rock star under the guise of a rapper.
See, that's why I love my community, bruh. Shout out to the Flex Mob holding it down for Slay Queen. That's love right there. You understand? That's love right there. Right? I love it. Shout out to the mob. Love it. That's so dope. You just sub. Beautiful. Beautiful. Shout out to Ty for that. Real talk. Girl, don't be scared. Girl, don't be scared. And based on everybody's reaction, you did good. So don't even worry about it. Holy, that's so dope. Shout out to the Flex Mob, though. What?
Y'all signed them. Y'all invested in them. Couple of them blew up. The rest of them are basically cellar dwellers. Still performing to this day music from 2016 era. That's who y'all chose. That's who y'all picked up. That's who y'all signed. That's who y'all put money into. Y'all don't want to blame the TikTokification of music, which completely changed the way that people hear music and consume it. If it didn't have a little dance to it, it wasn't valid. If you couldn't do the fucking Lil Uzi pat my fucking pockets dance to it, it wasn't legit.
All right, we're gonna have to stop there. yo, J Tom, or not? Why did I say J Tom? Yo, Jay Nolan. Wrong Jay. That's the wrong Jay. What next? I'm gonna say Jay Z. Anyway, Jay Nolan, don't do that. Don't do that. Everybody know the stiff hip is hot right now, bro. Come on, bro. The stiff hip, that shit hot right now. Don't do that. Don't do that to the stiff hip dance. You crazy? Yo, Connor, low key, I'm trying to figure that out right now, cause don't do that. Don't do that. the patting my pockets dance, that's evil. That's evil work. That's evil work. But I understand what he's talking about when it comes to the theatrics that comes with music today. I get that part. But don't do that, bruh. The reason why Uzi doing that is because the younger generation be on that dance right now. The stiff hip is hot, bro. That's fish grease. We're not like that dance craze is not going nowhere. I'm saying that right now. It's not going nowhere until there's another one that's going to take over. And as far as I see it, I haven't seen a dance come take over yet. So don't do that to the stiff hip. Stiff hip is hot. I'll be doing the stiff hip too. What? Oh my God. Should listen to Summertime Since Slay is here. UK song for a UK legend. Rotted. Look upon Connor, huh? My fault. Not too much on Uzi's dance. Facts.
Change the way that people hear music and consume it. If it didn't have a little dance to it, it wasn't valid. If you couldn't do the fucking Lil Uzi pat my fucking pockets dance to it, it wasn't legit.
Yo, Jay Nolan's wrong for that one. I don't care what no one says. I got fame in here. Holy, we got a movie going on today in the chat. What's good, Fame? How you feeling? Holy. W Jordan for the sub to Slay Queen. That's dope as hell. Chocolate Side loves the Uzi facts. Hey, bro, Uzi is an interesting artist because the appeal that he has over the younger generation is undeniable. But there's a lot of people in the older generation that be messing with Uzi too. Like I mess with his music. I know what his music does. Is he a D1 rapper? Is he like a S tier rapper? Hell no. And I would even never put him close to like any of them up there. But I'm not gonna sit here and say his music's not fun. He got some good tracks. I'm not gonna lie. He got some good tracks for real. What it do? Hey, we chilling, bro. We chilling, fam. You know the vibe. He's very sensitive.
You know what I'm saying? If the voice on the track didn't sound like a kid finna ask his mama for $20, y'all said, we don't want to hear it. Y'all need to get with this. I'm sure some of y'all have seen the young lady, the R&B artist who was literally crying in recent weeks saying that her label told her, you're talented, you're great at this music thing, but you need to give us some music that we could get on TikTok. Facts. She's fucking crushed. Label management, everybody's telling her you need to find a viral TikTok moment for your career. Girl literally crying on social media. But y'all want to talk about what's not going on. I know this missed some of y'all radar, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. This is Gogo Morrow. She came out about 7 days ago, with this video.
I just had a meeting with my management team. It wasn't even really a meeting. It was more like an intervention. Of course, I was unaware of the topic. Of course, the topic was me. And I feel so heavy. I don't even know what the point of this video is. I feel very overwhelmed. Trying to make it as an artist in today's times is like, it's the most backwards thing you could ever do. It's the most craziest thing you could ever do because literally living in like bizarro land, and the things that are being praised are the dumbest things in the world. It's the dumbest shit that is winning.
Girl, what kind of deal did you sign?
And meanwhile, somebody like me who really cares about, I really care. I really care. I really, really care. But I'm being questioned. I'm being questioned on whether or not I care. Because I can't come up with dumb ideas in order to get popular. My brain doesn't even work that way. It functions off of the things that inspired me growing up. And those things no longer work today, and I just feel so overwhelmed at the thought that I have to figure out this equation. And it's like, I know how blessed I am. I know there are people who would kill to be in the position that I'm in, but then I'm honest, I would kill to be in other people's positions, and to hear your own team tell you they don't think you want it, when this shit literally haunts me every day. It literally haunts me every day, but they think I'm not hungry because my brain doesn't work in a way of how people get popular today. And guys, when I say I have no clue. I have no clue what to do. I'm 2 seconds. I'm 2 seconds away from quitting.
God damn it. One thing I learned recently when it comes to what the industry desires from artists is that you can't just be talented anymore. I think I made a short about this a while back, but you can't just be talented anymore. With that talent, it needs to come with theatrics. It needs to come with something. Like, it needs to literally come with something that's like, oh, like, it's going to add to that addiction that the fans are made to desire. I wanted to make sure I word that correctly, because this desire to see stupidity didn't come out the blue. Like, this has been drip fed. I feel like the theme for today's like, today's live is like drip feeding content. Because that's what's been going on in the industry this whole time when it comes to delivering music that's going to get people to react in a certain kind of way. Right there in itself, music that makes people react, music that makes people do something. It's more than just being a talented singer. You can sing like Whitney Houston, if not better. But if that's all you got, you're not going to be successful in this. And I understand her when she's in front of the camera. Now, I'm kind of with Connor with the whole, like, just like venting to social media aspect. Like, you definitely want to get it off your chest. But in that same moment, it could do more damage to you than to actually do something positive for you. If that makes sense. Like, yeah, you're going to have a lot of people in your comment section supporting you. But they're supporting you for the fact that there's a theatric in front of them, i.e. your tears, which is the dark side to this music game. That's why it's twisted. That's why it's haunted. Because they want you to do something ridiculous or on that level of crazy that's going to make them engage. That's how you get engagement today, when you have theatrical moments. And if you put that in your music, if you put that in your music videos, that's how you can build a fan base off of that toxicity. Because the toxicity is what people desires the most today. These traits, these personality traits, however you want to put it, is what makes people gravitate to the artist. And if the artist doesn't have that, then that's not a good artist through their eyes. And I can just imagine the phone call that she had with the label, because when they sit there and say, oh, it looks like you don't care, when in reality she does care, but she doesn't care on their level, of course she's going to start to cry about it. Because the confusion, knowing that she doesn't move like that, that's going to affect her. But notice how she's going viral off of it, though. She got Ludacris in her comments. Was Ludacris there for her music? That's the dark side to this. That's the nasty side to this music shit, especially in the industry. Because if you can't play their game, you're not going to be successful. It's wicked. It's so unfortunate to sign a deal that doesn't show you certain incentives. Who is she? See, Tiff, now Tiff's asking the right question, because I don't even know who she is. I seen Curtis King do a video on her. Funny enough, I might have to go and watch that video now. If I'm going to be honest, now mind you, if it's more than 30 minutes, I'm not doing it. But the fact that we're sitting here watching a Jay Nolan video and we just so happen to witness this, like, that's crazy to me. Like, the industry changed. Like, it's so weird. Oh, man. I have no idea who she is. I've never heard her name. What's her name? Gogo Morrow? I've never heard of her, ever. But the fact that we're hearing about her because she's on social media trying to just cry and vent out her frustration, now we know about her. Do you see how twisted that is? Do you see how twisted the industry is right now? You gotta have something happening within your music, within your character, that's gonna make them gravitate to you, and then you're supposed to build a fan base like that. That's so backwards. She got to get out that deal because the way she thinks, it doesn't mesh with what the industry desires. She's better off being independent and to build as an independent artist, because for it to do that much damage to her, it's not even worth it. It's really not worth it at all. You gotta use all caps.
All right. So in the caption here, it says, uploading this and throwing my phone in the ocean. She ended up having to edit this post because people like myself and others commented and was like, might be time to part ways with the team. Might be time to fire your team.
Wait, are you talking about her crying, or are you talking about the explanation I gave? In terms of her crying, I don't know. But I'm basing it off of my understanding of what I have within the industry from what I've learned throughout different videos. What I said this whole time, that's all valid because we witnessed that through different actions of different artists out there. But in terms of this being actually what's like what she's like frustrated for, or like if this is an actual like moment where she's trying to vent, or like she's acting, I don't know. I'm just basing it off what I see and what I hear and what I understand.
Time to ask for your release papers. Might be time to hit them with the Pooh Shiesty. Okay? So then she had to edit it and says, not too much on my team, guys. They really have my best interests at heart. Just venting. I think that's a load of bullshit. But of course, she still has to deal with these people. She's contractually bound to them. So of course, it's not going to be a good look if she has the whole internet attacking her team while she's still dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? But come on. And this is just a microcosm of what's going on daily in this so-called industry from artists who are dealing with the people who are supposed to have their best interests at heart. But if you can't find a way to get yourself viral on TikTok, they don't give a fuck about you. But y'all niggas got the nerve to blame people who are critical of Drake for killing hip-hop. When the institutions that are supposed to be backing hip-hop don't fuck with hip-hop, don't care about hip-hop, won't invest in hip-hop. That is a much bigger issue than anything Drake related. The industry, the health of the music industry, the health of hip-hop, the health of...
She's definitely not getting enough publicity at all. But what she did in this moment, it literally didn't help her because... like them crocodile tears on the internet, like people will literally be looking on your, like literally people be on their phone looking at you crying. They're just like, half the time people are gonna sit there and be like, is she done yet? The only reason why I'm watching is because she's crying and I want to see what she's crying about. And then when she's done crying about it, scroll. You're gonna get a high viewership, but what about the engagement with the content? People with that emotional attachment be comments and be like, oh, I feel your pain. Don't worry, it's gonna get easier. After when things get difficult, like they're just gonna say this, that. Like when you take away the emotion and then observe, that's when you start to think like the industry, and that's when things get dark. That's when things get real dark, you know? So it's an evil world out here. You got to learn how to play the game. And if the game requires you to be a clown, you better go put on that face paint.
The fucking consumer base is way bigger than Drake. Y'all got to let that man's shaft have a rest. Because what the fuck? The nigga, yeah, he held y'all down. There was once upon a time Drake's music, as they claim, was keeping the labels in business. He was bringing in so much market share that other artists were able to get deals, those that may not have even deserved it because he was just bringing in so much money that they.
Alex coming with the facts. That's something I've said multiple times on this channel. Make sure you have a lawyer present. Make sure you're best friends with a lawyer, cause the more deals that you get into, and the more that you have your lawyer beside you, that friendship, that bond, that gets both y'all paid. Cause the lawyer is there to make sure you get money in your pocket, and then that lawyer gonna get a little piece of that money as well. Like, bro, it's a win-win situation. So the more talented you are, the more popping you are on social media. You got a lawyer friend that's beside you, bro. That's at this point, it's like every door that you come across that needs a key, and you don't have that key, that lawyer could be your key. You see what I'm saying? Like, the way you be unlocking doors when you have the right lawyer beside you is actually magical.
To have disposable income for them. Now he's in a position where I guess he ain't that no more.
Definitely don't come out.
And now they say, well, y'all didn't appreciate him. He didn't appreciate his fucking spot. Because if you also want to talk about who helped kill hip hop, his ass did. During the pandemic, when music entered the transitional phase that we're still suffering from right now, instead of him coming out with some real music, he leaned in on the Tootsie slide.
He go right foot
when his fans were excited about him dropping, he came out with a dance album that nobody danced to called Honestly Nevermind.
Damn.
This nigga dropped an album in 2023 for all the dogs. That shit was dog shit. He helped kill fucking hip hop. Y'all want to talk about 50% down? That nigga's talent level of his writers and team has gone down 50%, if not more. That nigga's quality musically has gone down 50%. Y'all niggas gotta quit the shit, man. Isaac Hayes III, focus on your fan base app and help him rebuild his fan base. Maybe y'all should get back together and help that instead of coming out here talking to us like we don't know what the hell going on. Isaiah Rashad, it's been awful, coming soon. That's gonna be hip hop, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Not to mention, this is the same fucking nigga. I don't know. Y'all tell me, have y'all seen any other major label artist, major marquee act come out with an AI song like he did on Taylor Made? Isn't AI one of the biggest concerns in all of the creative endeavors, creative ventures, creative industries? Isn't AI one of the fucking biggest concerns? Who else have y'all seen at that level creating AI music song? None that I know of. He did. So, miss me with that bullshit. Let me know what
Hey, we're going to call it there. We're going to move on to another video. Shout out Jay Nolan for this one. I remember one of Alex's point earlier with TikTok. TikTok is actually, when it comes to music discovery, TikTok is the #1 platform for that. So TikTok is actually a very serious social media app. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. Honestly, when you look at every application for music discovery, you can throw YouTube in there as well. TikTok is still #1, without a doubt. Honestly, I got to start posting on TikTok again. I got to start posting on Instagram again. I got to start posting in all these different lanes, bro. That's the thing. I remember I used to post consistently 3 videos a day on TikTok. They went nowhere. They went, bro, to get popping on TikTok is one of the hardest things to do. But when you're popping on TikTok, oh, nah, you're good. You're literally good. You know? Upgraded membership to the Flex Fat. Hey, shout out Jordan. Shout out Jordan for the membership upgrade to the Flex family, bro. That's magic right there. I appreciate you, Jordan. Thank you so much. Wow. That's wonderful, man. Today a good day, ain't it? It might be dark and gloomy outside, but inside with this light on, we straight. We good. As far as I see it, it's like a sunny day in here. Yes, W Jordan for sure. Hey, W Alex as well. W Alex for sure. You know. So that's cool. That's so dope. But yeah, TikTok is undeniable. That's the number one, without a doubt. You know, so it's interesting to look at and interesting to analyze. But it's cool though, for sure. It's definitely cool. So shoot, what's up? That's what it is. That's the game we in right now, you know? What else we got? I know there's not too many videos for today. I do have 2 videos that are interesting. Definitely gonna watch this one as well. Drake's Manufactured Absence. Definitely gonna watch that one. But in terms of finding something else to listen to or watch, there's not too much. Yes, everyone's going crazy over the tour dates being announced for the R&B tour, the Chris Brown and Usher tour. Curtis King. I said I was gonna watch Curtis King because he did a video on Homegirl. Was it Gogo Morrow? How long ago? So he did that yesterday. Nobody warned independent artists about 2026. 24 minutes? All right, I got to sit and figure out if I really want to watch that one. That's a long video, bruh. There's a lot of long-form content today. Jalape's video is like 26 minutes. What else? I have a video here about Forbats and the disappearance of Forbats. Like, ever since he signed the OVO, this man just disappeared. So, this is definitely going to be next. Because I would actually like to learn about that as well. Also, YouTube chat scroll was broken today. Your chat on screen isn't scrolling. Are you serious? It's like what happened before. It's like what happened before. Like, I don't know what's going on with the YouTube chat. First of all, sign in the chat when I can literally type out right here. Like, it doesn't make sense how the sign in function is there, but I was already logged in to get the URL to copy and paste it here. So that sign in part makes no sense to me. So there's a lot of things messing up. I think YouTube is broken. YouTube must have changed something and it broke it at the same time. And I don't think they realized that yet. YouTube is broken right now. With the sudden influx of people coming into YouTube, it's broken. I don't know. I knew he was gonna disappear into the sweatshop. That's crazy. But let's go ahead and get into the video. I want to keep the ball rolling right now. So I'm gonna go ahead, hit this record button. We're gonna get into this video. We got another video about how Roc Nation snaked Arya Starr. And when it comes to me and my Afro beats, when we're talking about Afrobeat stars, I'm right there. Arya Starr is an amazing, amazing Afrobeats artist. So that's going to be the next video. We're going to get into the Jalopy video after. Then I'm going to think about the Curtis King video. And then we're going to be in the Discord chatting. So the faster we get through these videos, the faster we can head back to the Discord and have a little meeting, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and do that. But for right now, we're gonna see what's going on with Forbats. My curiosity is piqued when I read the title of this. I have no idea whose channel this is. Get Like Prince. This is the first time I'm here. Yo, if you do well, you might get a sub from me. You know what I'm saying? So let's not waste no more time. Look, we're going to go ahead and get straight into the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. Let's go ahead and get started and lock in with this right here, all right? Let's go.
In the music space, he came up basically off his sound not matching his image.
What the the hell is wrong with your microphone, Nick?
He was this singing ass dude wearing this shiesty, portraying an image that seemed like the opposite of how his music really sounded. He was one of them artists that had a real fast come up. I mean, one day we didn't know him, and the next day he was everywhere getting cosigns from the entire industry. Drake, Kanye West. He was getting industry plant allegations thrown on him on top of everything else.
Yeah, bro, I was going in a dark place, and I was at a creatively, you know, everybody was saying, oh my God, he's gonna be the next this person.
Right.
He just dropped this song. His project did this. He got a song with this person. Since his career's going like this, he's gonna be like this. Oh, his career's going too good. He's an AI. Oh, his career's going.
Industry plant.
He gotta be an industry plant.
Yeah.
Something's wrong. He got it. Bro, people don't even know that whole time I was independent. That whole time.
Facts.
Because I was nervous. I'm like, all right, I don't even want to sign now because I'm this. I'm like, damn, like bro. And where I fucked a bit is I'll be looking at the internet a lot, and that fucked me up.
Those aren't even real people. Like nobody on the internet will actually say that to your face. So you can't even give them your energy.
I'm gonna tell you this.
But early in his career, he made a real interesting decision. A decision to sign a little deal with Drake, with OVO. And y'all know what happens when people tend to sign deals with OVO. Their careers kind of go bad.
Bro, the fact that this is common knowledge. Bro, we can't win. The fact that this is common knowledge. Bro, this ain't fiction. This is a known fact. Is that not messed up? I don't even know who dude is. This is a known fact. That's crazy to me.
He popped up out of nowhere. He had the industry really confused because his music wasn't bad. I ain't gonna lie. If you want my opinion on his music, I liked it. I liked the album he dropped when he first came out. They had a lot of replay value back in 2024. I'm not gonna lie. But he was playing into that gimmick. He was a big part of the gimmick era. A lot of people recently, especially, they come out and their image is a gimmick.
Nah, this lineup is insane. This lineup is crazy. Yo, I feel bad for Ice Spice on this lineup. This is nuts.
You feel me? We got Dave Blunt. His gimmick was he fat and he raps about whatever he want to rap about. He'll just say some of those outlandish stuff on the song just to get attention. Too slimy. They make ear pollution, but people somehow listen to it. That's his gimmick. People been thriving off gimmicks over these past few years, and Forbacks kind of went along with that. His gimmick was not matching his image. He coming out here looking like hood dude, but his music don't even sound like that. But with somebody blowing up as fast as he did, of course them industry plant allegations was gonna get thrown. Now, look, y'all know how I feel about that whole industry plant conversation. Too many times in the industry, music in general, not even just hip hop, people will blow up and they could have a documented blow up. It could be, years of music, years of a catalog, but just because you as a person didn't hear that music before, you automatically thinking, oh yeah, that's an industry plant. When that's not the case. My nigga, they got a whole past that you just don't know of. Now you want to throw the industry plant label on them. If you've ever wished payday came sooner, this might like, oh man,
Get your money, nigga, but
account.
I'm not. We
Which
skipping
will
this.
sign definitely on top. I feel like people will see a person get signed after years of hard work and then immediately say, oh, that's an industry plant. An artist, for example, he dropping year after year, album. For example, Kendrick Lamar found him. Kendrick Lamar signs this artist who been dropping music for years. He got a catalog. He been trying to make it. He finally get his big break. Now, instead of people celebrating that, oh, he got discovered, somebody found this talent, people immediately say, oh, he don't deserve that shit. Like, he a plant. He don't deserve none of the success he getting. He don't deserve this co-sign, this feature, this placement, any of that. Y'all know how the industry get. So many times people just throw out unnecessary hate, and I think that's just the commonplace with the internet as a whole. We're just in a hate era, and I feel like the internet is always gonna be in a hate era where hating gets more attention than just regular, positivity posting. And it's YouTube. That's how YouTube works. So many creators, I guarantee you, would want to drop more positive content or more things about what they want to talk about, but the algorithm doesn't support that. The algorithm supports this negativity. Why do you think hate posting on Twitter is so big? Why do you think hate posting on all social media platforms is so big? Because that's what people want to see. People want to hear you talk shit. People don't want to hear you talk about what's good. They want to hear you talk shit. So when a new artist come up, Forbacks, for example.
Hey, let me hear that part again because that's facts.
Platforms are so big because that's what people want to see. People want to hear you talk shit. People don't want to hear you talk about what's good. They want to hear you talk shit. So when a new artist come up, Forbacks, for example, even if he wasn't a plant, which is kind of iffy on that question, but even if he wasn't a plant, he blew up, niggas hated on him. That's the cycle everybody goes through in the industry, content creation even. But Forbat's career picked up so fast because of TikTok. Remember, he had the image behind it. If you can have an image, you can have TikTok on your side real fast. Why do you think that nigga with the weird haircut blew up all them years ago? Because he was rapping, his haircut was weird as hell. It blew up online because they're like, well, what's going on? If you
Hey, hold on. Shout out to Buddy. Shout out to Buddy for that track, because that track was tough. How'd it go again? Yo, mama, I'ma love you. You're a warrior, survivor, or something like that. I remember that song. That song was everywhere. And then nigga went to jail. That's crazy.
Because he was rapping, his haircut was weird as hell. It blew up online because they're like, well, what's going on? If you know how to work that TikTok algorithm, you can make a career. Now, will it last? That's a question we don't know. It's rare for like a TikTok artist career to last. But with Forbat, I feel like he was a TikTok artist at some point. He kind of still is. That's what he blew up off of. And I think that's what a lot of people look at him as. But he was an interesting case. When he blew up, everything changed. He said himself at the time when he dropped his like first bit song, he was at Walmart. He was clocking in and out. His song blew up. And within these couple months, his life changed. He went from Walmart to Drake and Kanye West and being put in front of the world. Billboard write this back in 2024. Forbat has signed a deal with Drake's OVO label for one EP, according to two executives familiar with the deal. The EP deal is a short-term license, the sources say. Multiple labels have been looking at Forbat since his big track took off during Christmas week. Executives say it's one of those two viral songs that the major labels have been aggressively chasing in the first few months of the year. And Drake coming into a picture with an artist is always a bad sign if I'm just gonna keep it 100. It's too many times where we'll see Drake come into an artist's life and their career just ends right there. That's that Drake effect. Sometimes you know that Drake stimulus might help a nigga out, but a lot of the times Drake will find an artist, steal their flow, steal their sound, shelf them, throw them away just because he can use them. And that's kind of the cycle of Drake. He gets around people, he steal the flow, he steal the sound. Y'all know the whole Drake conversation. But he uses these artists a lot. He'll throw them right in the OVO sweatshop. An example of this, I Love McCone. He had been coming out recently, kind of speaking on how it was a mistake of him.
Bro, keep flipping them burgers, bro. You did it to yourself. We looked into that story already. You did it to yourself, gang. Keep flipping them burgers.
Signing with Drake, signing the OVO. Hot New Hip Hop wrote this: old tweets resurfaced, relationship fractures, and suddenly the same industry that once lifted McConan on his shoulders were laughing at his downfall. Even worse, he has said he was being branded as Drake's quote-unquote new toy. A pawn in the game.
Excuse me? Being branded as Drake's new toy is crazy work.
Even worse, he has said he was being branded as Drake's quote-unquote new toy, a pawn in the game he hasn't signed up to play. The doors that opened were quickly closed, and McConan was left questioning whether the co-sign that elevated him also confined him. In the conversation they had with McConan, he really broke down the Drake situation. He broke down the tensions that came up between Drake and OVO and McConan. And like the article said, at one point he felt embraced, he felt love, but then he was abandoned the next. McConan would talk about when he seen The Weeknd one time, and he kind of adopted Drake's beef, and it hurt a lot of his ties within the industry. He said, I saw The Weeknd one time and I didn't know The Weeknd and Drake had problems or they weren't on good terms, so I'm like, oh, what's up? Then it became...
Let me tell you something about The Weeknd and Drake. If these niggas were really on that kind of timing, if they were really like crash outs, I promise you, this city would have been in civil war off of these two artists. I swear to you. If these dudes were crash outs, if Drake and The Weeknd were crash outs, Toronto would be torn in half off of these two. I swear to God. But don't get it twisted. OVO and EXO, nah, that's some real beef right there. That's why when it comes to the shooting at the embassy, bro, people that know it wasn't no LA dude coming over the border with some straps and then go shoot the damn front door and then run back. Like, that doesn't even make sense. It's literally EXO dudes that did that. Like, that's it.
Time, and I didn't know The Weeknd and Drake had problems or they weren't on good terms, so I'm like, oh, what's up? Then it became, oh, you're Drake's new little quote unquote toy or some shit. It's like I'm Drake toy. I didn't know Drake did that. I didn't know that was a thing. They had me running around the industry like I'm one of Drake's memes. McConnell kind of realized that his relationship with Drake wasn't just business, wasn't just professional. It was pettiness put behind it. It was little personal issues that build up and stacked on top of each other to break this relationship, to break this deal in half. So yeah, he signed this Drake contract thinking it was just gonna be music, but it was a lot more than that. Granted, when it comes to Forbats, the deal he signed with Drake was a 1 EP deal, but there's no telling what Drake really got his claws on when it comes to Forbats. Who knows if he still has any type of control over Forbats to this day. But it kind of goes back to what I talked about at the start, the OVO curse. It's like the 1017 curse. You go to OVO and it's like your life is different. Something changes within you with your career. But at the same time he working with Drake, he was also working with Kanye West. Forbats blew up. He had his singles come out. He had Drake get it put on the single. Then he drops his album. This album has a Kanye feature on it right after the Drake deal. So think about it. This brand new artist who was never known before popped out everywhere and got some of the biggest features you could get in hip hop. Drake and Kanye West separately. Love from people all over the industry. Of course, people was gonna question this.
But I do think maybe this is a character look of his, because I don't think this is how he records music, bro. And why the fuck does he have to have a shiesty good? Now, here's the thing too. This is the thing about, this might be a proper plant. I'm gonna tell you why this might be a proper plant. If they have erased his existence off of the internet before he got popular, oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That is good. That would be a pro move. Erase. Is this the guy who shoots the videos? If they erase his existence.
But what about today? Forbats still does drop music, but he isn't really in front of people like he once was. So many people forgot the man even existed. Let me ask you, when is the last time you thought about Forbats in his music? You don't know, because he was everywhere at one point. Then 2025 came along and it was like a lot of that slowed down. It was like the dial turned back on Forbats, because I don't think I thought about him one time last year, and I talk about music for a living. But 2025, he dropped singles. He even dropped the album back in September. But that album kind of came and went, and it wasn't a big commercial success. But did his fans like the project?
It's like, to think about where he started, I feel like, I'm not going to say his sound was a joke, but the whole, his persona, you know? Seeing the what was it called? I was about to say On the Radar. Seeing his front on the block performance. That was the first time I seen him. And seeing the appeal of the visual and seeing him sing, it came off as a joke. But
you know what though? Let me expound on that, because I forgot the group of guys. I forgot their name, but they had skits. Mind you, these are like rap skits, but it was funny as hell, because it's like, oh, if Hood Dudes produced, or if Hood Dudes sung Baby by Justin Bieber. And that was like a viral kind of like, it was like viral content because it had millions of views. Like it had viewership like it was a music video, even though it was a skit. And it was actually good. Like, I'm going to see after the video if I can find one of them to kind of help explain that. Because, like, looking at Forbats and how he came out, it's like it was kind of emulating the same video where it's like you got a bunch of dudes with tats on their face, toting guns, but they singing Baby by Justin Bieber. You see what I'm saying? Or they're singing, like, Friday by that one girl. You know, but, like, they look like real gangsters. But they be on some pop star shit. So when you saw Forbats come out, he had the shiesty, and you can only see like this part of his face, and then he starts singing with this auto-tune. They thought it was parody, but it's like, nah, that's actually his persona. And it kind of sucks, because if it wasn't for that viral content, it wouldn't look like that. It would actually look like some dope shit, but that's what happens.
From going to his project, listening to that, the first project that he came out with, you know, I'm not gonna say he wasn't committed, but I felt as if he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out with his sound. But so far with the singles that have been on this project that was released before the project released, he's 100% committed. Ad-libs, the hooks, even vocalizing and layering the vocals and shit, Chad. Okay, hey.
Looking through the conversation online behind his last album, it's kind of split. Some people like the project, some people look at it and they're like, damn, he didn't really evolve at all. He's stuck in the same place he once was in. But he only really 2 years into being in the industry. We only been seeing him for not that long. So it's like he could come back, you know, he could drop a song tomorrow and it's all over TikTok, or he couldn't. But if y'all want my opinions on Forbats as an artist, he does have a lot of good songs. Look, if you want some new music to listen to, I suggest you listen to his first album because it wasn't bad. It was a pretty good album. Now, some of these people online might have been saying different shit. Anthony Fantano, for example, I remember he reviewed his album, he gave it a not good.
And from the sound of the rest of this EP, early on already.
All right, but to keep it tall, bro. Okay. If I'm gonna be super honest, if I was a casual viewer and I saw somebody was reacting to this album, and then the person reviewing the album was this person, I'm not gonna care for his review. If I'm gonna be super honest, I'm not gonna care. And with his history, I know a lot of people still cool with him after the things I've heard come out of his mouth. I never watched Buddy. I was never there supporting the videos that Buddy put out. I never cared for him. I see he was in a couple of the major compilation reactions for the Kendrick videos or the Kendrick diss tracks. I'm like, cool. I seen his face before, but I never watched dude. So, like I said, if I'm looking at an album like this, and then the person reviewing the album is this, I'm okay, man. I don't need to know about his reaction.
He seems to be having a hard time following that track up with something that is even half as interesting. So yeah, this thing is underwhelming. It's pointless. It's rushed. It is lacking in depth, it's lacking in sound, it's lacking in substance, it's lacking in everything. It's low-key obnoxious, and honestly, if you're looking for spacey R&B, there's about 2 million other superior options.
Hey, that front part of your head hanging on for dear life. I ain't gonna... Let me stop.
Out there on the internet right now. So why you would listen to this instead, I don't know. Yeah, this Forbats EP, it's not good. The viral visuals and videos that have come along with kind of the breakout singles that dropped out of nowhere in advance of this thing. And while I kind of appreciate at a baseline what tracks like Date at 8 are doing or trying to do with the eerie, stripped back, kind of alternative skeletal R&B production, the very nasally boyish lead vocals that are sort of odd and unbecoming of a dude like Forbats who's looking, you know, a little shady, singing in the shiesty.
But for me personally, I think that was a solid album. It's a couple standout tracks on there, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like the biggest problem with Forbats is an internal battle he's been facing for a long time. A battle that he's been public about. He pays a little too much attention to the internet. Many times throughout his career, he would always say, look, like the narratives online, what people say about me on Twitter, these tweets, these posts.
Hey, King, I don't disagree with you, bro, but like, you know, when it comes to your past, and the past that Anthony Fantano has, gotta be blunt, bro. You out here talking crazy. For me being dark skinned and the things you were saying, just being honest. I'm keeping it tall. Like this cup, like, I'm just saying, bro.
It bothers me.
The media, but like I said, Anisha, she came in my life, and she was the one. I gotta give her all the credit, and I dedicate everything to her because she came in my life, and she was just like, "Hey, yo, nigga, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. Like, you looking at these tweets, I ain't gonna help you with nothing.
You know what I'm saying? You doing it to yourself. And you the reason why you're going in this dark path. She kind of like made me look myself in the mirror and tell myself like, I'm still standing, I'm still shining. And that's the reason why I came up with this
This man was with Angela Yee? Oh, they really try to put him in position.
project. That's why you heard
Still
all
shining.
these love songs, because it brought me out of that to be able to say, bro, I'm finna make a love album, bro.
And
Real
I
talk.
will say that even when you went on tour before, you got a lot of great reviews about your live
People love that
performance,
shit.
which is
People
a big
love
deal.
That shit. That shit was
Yeah,
crazy.
sometimes we don't focus on the love as much as we focus on the criticism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is normal because a lot of people, a lot of artists had years of building a career, right? They have the mental strength for this. They did this for years and years and years. So it's like, oh, I'm kind of numb to like this online hate. Now if it get real bad, okay, you can't really be numb to it. But for the most part, a lot of these artists will see negative conversations around them online and then look at it and not internalize that. For example, I done spoke to some artists myself. I'm not gonna name names, but I remember last year I made a video, a downfall video on this artist, right? He calls me, he hits me on Instagram, and he basically like, look, bro, I seen your video, let's get on the phone and chop it up. So we get on the phone, we chop it up, and he's basically telling me, like, look, I get it. Like, you on the internet, I'm not really internalizing a lot of this shit that's being said. You doing what you do, you documenting my past, you talking about whatever you talking about. So it's like, oh, I get it. You doing what you do. You getting your bread. You making your videos. That's what the people want to see. So you giving the people what they want to see. But not every artist thinks like that. Some artists will see it and immediately, oh, I'm crashing. I'm internalizing this hate. I'm feeling shitty. Like, especially when it comes to Twitter. Them Twitter narratives get crazy. Them Twitter narratives, people will real life not just talk about the music, but really hate these people. In my videos, I don't hate people. I always say this. I talk about niggas how I would talk about them to their face. Like, I would never say some shit on the video I wouldn't say to somebody in real life. That's my...
Shit, me too. Me too. The things I'm saying, the way I'm explaining it, it's the same way I would tell anybody else to their face.
thing. But when they go to Twitter, when they go to TikTok, when they go to Reddit, these other platforms, people will get on here and they will genuinely say some crazy shit just for the fun of it. And a lot of these artists internalize that. Forbats, he didn't have the years of building up this mental fortitude to, you know what I mean, not let this shit tear him down. So when he gets online and he sees these negative conversations, it bothers him. Every time he does something, the internet was focusing on every move, trying to say he flopped, trying to say this about him or that about him. So many conversations around his name are never really the best. And he had to get out of that mindset. But how do y'all feel about Forbats as an artist? How do y'all feel about this whole conversation? What happened to him?
Damn, you just gonna end it like that, nigga? Is this what you do? you don't tell people like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, you just go, all right, click. Like, is that what you do, bro? God damn. Like, Jesus. Sorry, I'm new here, gang. I'm new here, you know what I'm saying? I saw the title, I saw the thumbnail, I got interested, so I pull up. But damn, Jesus. Like, hey, bro. The curse continues, I guess. The curse continues, cause when you look at Forbats as an artist, he checks a lot of boxes. A lot of boxes were checked. It's just the way that they were handling him is the reason why it didn't work. Y'all were not handling him correctly. That's why Forbats is like, he's nowhere to be found right now. This guy is missing in action, MIA. Like, he crash landed somewhere and we cannot find him. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, y'all didn't handle him properly. I felt like, excuse me, I felt like he would do better under QC, and that's not even a lot. If QC got their hands on Forbats, I feel like Forbats would be doing a lot better with features with Lil Baby in them, instead of putting him with Kanye. Because when you think about it, looking at Forbats, and then how he sounds on a track, and then you want to pair him with Kanye. Heck, you want to pair him with Drake, it doesn't even make sense. It makes sense to put him with people like Lil Baby in them. It makes perfect sense. But you had him on the other side of the fence thinking that was going to work the same way. And now where is he? y'all wanted to put your hands on well, not like that, but like y'all wanted your hands on this artist so that you can put him in position to win while at the same time making yourselves win, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It should be around like Memphis, should be around Atlanta. Even just keep him in the Midwest, like it'll make more sense. But to have him up here, where is he? As soon as he came up here, where did he go? Just disappeared. Hey, we got Schizo up in here. What's good, Schizo? How you feeling, bro? I hated Drake on a remix of that song. They tried to force something that never should have worked. That's what happens when you fall for the theatrics. Because with the name Drake has, a lot of people are going to sign right away with not even comprehending the situation you're in. It's not good. It's not good whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So you got to choose very wisely. That's why a lot of people really be saying, make sure you have a lawyer present when you want to go and sign something. Because the lawyer is supposed to catch what you're not able to see. And if you have the right lawyer with you, he gonna make sure there's gonna be money in your pocket. That's their job. That's a requirement. If the artist gets money in their pocket, that's how the lawyer gets paid. If the lawyer's not putting money in your pocket, the lawyer don't want to get paid. He's getting paid by somebody else. If y'all ever heard the two lawyers on separate cases kind of situation, and they be doing under the table deals. Oh, if your client loses, you'll be getting this much from us. Kind of situation. Now, we heard about that all over the place. Let me see if I can find that video. I don't even remember how to word this. It's been so long. But as soon as I see it, I'll know. Who the hell? Let me see if I can find it. Let me try and put in Gangsters. Gangsters singing Baby by Justin Bieber. It's been so long since I watched videos from these guys, so I don't even know if I can find these kind of videos no more. I feel like this is something I might have to research because I'm not about to spend my time trying to find this. I'm gonna try one more time. How do I word it though? This is just a shot in the. It's like a shot in the dark right now, cause. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna find this. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to do some research to kind of find this content, cause I'm trying to show the comparison. I'm trying to show the comparison that Four Bats has with these guys, but I don't even remember what their channel name is. That's the biggest problem. Like, I'm trying to remember it. I don't remember. I really don't remember their channel name, bro. Damn. I don't know. Yeah, no. I'm not about to sit here and try to find it. That's something I'm going to have to do off stream, because once you see the comparison to what Four Bats has with those guys, knowing that they have skits and Forbats is actually trying to do it, then you're gonna understand. But it is what it is. That was a good video though, for sure. Oh yeah, there's a Culture United tonight. Oh, I forgot it was Wednesday, and they got they got Simba. They talking about Iceman. Uh-oh. Rick Ross sends shots at Drake while leaving a cryptic message. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I think he's kind of what you're talking about. Look up Rise. All right, I'm going to try that. Rise Hendrix? I don't even think that's the name. Because I remember it was like some like college dudes that were doing it. Rise Hendrix. Nah, it's not him. It's not him. It's not him. It's not him. Like, it was like some like young light-skinned dude that be on some neon shit. I just don't remember his name. It's on my old YouTube account. But I don't even remember the password for that old YouTube account, so I don't even think I can access that. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But let's keep moving. Let's move on. Let's move on. What time is it actually? Damn, it's 7. It's 7 right now. Holy crap. Well, fortunately, this video's short, so we can definitely do this video. Right here. But I want to make sure I end early enough so we can watch the Culture United. Because, listen, y'all know me. Like, when Culture United has something to talk about, I'm pulling up. I'm just saying. But I remember I said we're going to talk about Arya Starr. Y'all know I stand down, like 10 toes down for Afro beats. I love Afro beats. Like, Afro beats, the energy that Afro beats provides for me is different. So I'm 10 toes down for that. So when I saw Rock Nation has ruined Arya Starr's career, that's crazy. And Arya Starr is leagues better than Tyler. Let's get that out the way. Like, Arya Starr compared to Tyler, bro, you cannot compare. Listen, when you play these songs in the club and you see how people be moving, it just makes sense. It makes sense. Like, I love Afrobeat. So this is another channel I am not familiar with. I'm not even going to begin to say your name correctly. But with a title like Rock Nation Has Ruined Arya Starr, I'm about to dive in with this. We got a 9-minute video that we're going to check out. So let's not waste no more time. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. Let's go ahead and dive in with this right here. Let's go.
Is Arya Starr, guys, another fail for Rock Nation? There seems to be a lot of, conversation about her. There are TikToks, videos, think pieces, tweets about how she basically has disappeared from the music industry, and she was very happy to be signed with Rock Nation, but prior to signing she definitely was on the come up, and we would see videos of her, and her song Hot Body of course was great, but her song Hot Body, it should have been something like Walter from Tyler, but it wasn't. And for some reason it fell. And it seemed that the radio play decreased as she signed with Rock Nation. And I do wonder why this has happened to Arya Starr. And she isn't the only one. Jess Glynn recently announced that she was departing from Rock Nation because she was just simply upset with how she was being managed. She didn't like the fact that she wasn't getting the opportunities that she thought she would have. And so signing with Rock Nation, is it actually something? Is the grass really greener on that side, is what I'm trying to say. When you're on that side, that grass may actually fade and turn yellow or be burned.
Oh, Slay, you know about him? Is he good to react to? I just found this, so I don't know why I go on here, but I want to listen. You see it?
And that's exactly what it's looking like to me. Hey guys, it's Murad Muradi. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. A bit of a random video, but I wanted to discuss this because people were talking about Chloe Bailey and how, you know, she's getting critiqued for the fact that she was attending Kanye West's concert, and the fact that she wanted to affiliate with Chris Brown a couple of years ago, and that prior to that she had all of these songs that were pretty good but people weren't buying into it, and that, you know, her performances were really good, but unfortunately Roc Nation simply weren't giving her the boost.
Brother, why is your leg up? Put your leg down. Jesus Christ.
That was necessarily needed, and the conversation was why, because there was so much talent there behind her, the vocals, the performance, everything was there, but for some reason the songs weren't working, the push was not there. Then you had the conversation of Jess Glynne, which we spoke about, you know, roughly 2 months ago, discussing how she effectively disappeared from Roc Nation outside of, you know, that specific Flight theme song, you know, that basically went viral. You know, and her voice was behind of it. The, you know, Jet 2 specific slogan. Outside of that, I've not really had much of Jess Glynne.
Nah, that pixie cut on Arya Starr looks deadly. You see it? Goodness.
And so she was frustrated with her treatment of Roc Nation and eventually left, it was reported. And now people are saying the same thing about Arya Starr. There was so much hype about her once she was signed. There was so much excitement about her because she was about to be one of the biggest stars. She was up there with Tyler. Both of them kind of started together. I remember this very vividly. But Tyler's career has completely taken off to the moment where she's, you know, performing sold out gigs all the way in India and Saudi Arabia. She's in global situations here, whereas I'm not really seeing Arya Starr anywhere. Some of you guys might not even know who Arya Starr is. You might recognize her voice from a song, but outside of that, you might be like, who are you even talking about? And that is because I believe her label isn't giving her the push that is needed. And is Roc Nation sometimes a label that employs a lot of these artists because they find out that these artists are very talented and then make sure that, you know, these artists are stalled, restricted, prevented, so that the main breadwinner, i.e. Beyonce, can continue to, you know, be talented. Now, this is an outlandish theory, and I'm not saying that it's a fact, because Beyonce basically is that talented. She can out-talent so many people, in my opinion. She's just great at what she does. But I do think that there are principles placed into Roc Nation where they can prevent other artists that they hire to do as great. If we look at the lawsuits with Desiree Perez, who's the current CEO, there is so much manipulation that she's allegedly been accused of, let alone the fact that she used to work for the mafia, let alone for the fact that she was literally pardoned via Trump. So, you know, clearly she was a very corrupt individual, still is apparently, from what her daughter is saying. So it's not far-fetched to believe the fact that there could be corruption going on within the label to restrict certain artists so that they can prevent them from getting bigger, so that they can focus on the main talent. You would think that the more talent they have, the more money that they can make, but also I do believe outside of Megan Thee Stallion, and her career seems to be up and down, to be honest with you, in my opinion, they like to restrict and focus on the main breadwinners, and that's what I think Roc Nation is doing here, because there's way too many artists now that are expressing frustration, whether it's Chloe Bailey, Halle Bailey, not that they've expressed frustration, but you can clearly see the careers are not taking off. Rita Ora at one moment as well basically fell off, and I'm not really sure why, because she had so many #1 singles in the UK. There's so much potential for her to come back, but clearly that's not working. And then outside of that, you got Jess Glynne, who left, and Arya Starr basically now is the one person that everybody is speaking about. There are
no Schizo, that's exactly what's happening, because we wouldn't know about it, but in the continent of Africa, some parts of Africa, they actually hate Tyler, and they always talk about how Tyler is watering down Afro beats and Amapiano. It's almost blending the two in a sense as if it's just one Afrobeat genre, right? Like she's dumbing down Afrobeat music because it's so mainstream. Arya Starr is not that. Arya Starr, if you go and listen to her music and you go listen to the beats, say for example you isolate the melody, or not the melodies, you isolate the vocals on the song and you just listen to the instrumental, the quality within the instrumentals in her projects is undeniable. But when you have a Tyler that's a watered down version of pretty much her, when I look at your comment, I'm like, oh no, this is common knowledge. A lot of people out there do not like Tyler, and I'm talking outside North America. Within North America loves Tyler. But that's how it's always been. Every couple years, when you have that artist that's an international sensation and you make them mainstream, it waters down what they started with severely. Tyler's cool. I'm cool with Tyler, but There are far better artists out there, and Arya Starr is one of them, for sure.
So many important TikToks discussing this in a very well manner, and I want to play some of those clips in here where people are basically, you know, talking about this, and I just honestly find it to be super interesting because I think that it is a great point. I think it's a great point when we look at what's going on here and we look at the fact that some people are really upset. I think they are well entitled to feel that way because it's true.
Rock Nation is take people like Chloe, Normani, Tinashe.
Oh, no.
Recently, or your
like, no, not Normani and Tinashe. I didn't even think about them. But I think that Normani is a separate case because I believe she had issues with her mother who was not well. And therefore she decided to, you know, move away from music. But I'm going to play the rest of this TikTok for you so that you guys can watch it properly.
It's time to head back to Nigeria because Rock Nation is not going to get you to the heights that you want to reach. Now, Ira, if you ever come across this video, just know that I am in the top 1% of your fan base, which in short means that I love you and I want you to be great. But you have a problem, girl, and that problem is Rock Nation. Rock Nation, like a lot of many large American music labels, have been notorious for neglecting and shelving their black artists, specifically their black female artists. Take people like Chloe, Normani, Tinashe, and more recently, or your past Rock Nation label mate, Justine Skye. None of them or none of their careers received any massive pushes just because they were signed to large labels. And on top of that, your situation is unique because you're an Afrobeats artist, or so we thought. I'll come back to that point, but you're an Afrobeats artist, which makes it a bit more difficult to market and sell your music to American audiences. You're competing with Black American pop and R&B artists who don't have...
Already right there, that's not supposed to be happening. She is not in this crowd. So why are you treating her as if she's a part of this crowd? That's what they did with Tyler. They wanted Tyler to compete with this crowd, so they made the music sound like it came from this crowd with light elements from overseas. And they were trying to recreate that with Arya Starr. Yeah, leave Rock Nation.
Have to do any of the groundwork because their genre of music has had time to marinate and reach a larger global audience. Hot Body should have had the run that Water did, and for a second there I thought that it would, but honestly your label dropped the ball. Waiting so long to release the music video, changing the music video concept from the ice melting to you dancing on a boat, not hitting all the radio and festival and event circuits was really just a lack of planning and a lack of vision on their part, and I'm really, really upset for you. And to be honest, I think it's because they didn't think that Hot Body would actually do so good initially, which is why I think some of the songs that Ira has come out with post Hot Body sound like it's trying to cater to an American audience, but unfortunately they don't ring true to who she is artistically and what we've known.
But even Tinashe is another example. There's so many of these people, and I think that, you know, Rock Nation seems to be squandering their artists, and I don't understand why. My theory is that they want to restrict them as much as possible so that the, you know, bigger people can continue to flourish and keep them as the main breadwinner.
I understand Meg Thee Stallion is like your S-tier artist at Rock Nation. And Rock Nation recently got Momo Boyd. But when you have a powerhouse like Arya Starr and you're not treating her right, the disappointment is not directed to the artist, it's directed to the label. So when I look at Jay-Z and them, I got a lot of disappointment because we just seen how far removed he is from the culture. Now you're misusing just elite cultural artists from a nation, from a land where their music is S tier. Nah, that's crazy, bro. How many of y'all even know about Uncle Waffles when it comes to Amapiano? Jesus. I be listening to Jealousy endlessly. Oh my days.
Winners, but I don't know why that would be the case, because the more money for them the better, because they've got so many legal issues to deal with anyways, and legal fees, and they're buying so many houses and liquid cash. And even Desiree Perez was on camera talking about how, you know, the label was about to go bankrupt. I wouldn't know why they would want to restrict certain people. Why do they fail them? Why do they make sure that they don't go anywhere? Why do they push them down the drain? And why do they put them? I don't understand. But people are becoming a lot more vocal about Arya Starr, and I think that she's just become another one of their digits. And we're going to be here in 6 months talking about another artist who's just signed, you know, under them. Rihanna was very much established prior to jumping onto Rock Nation. She did work with Jay-Z.
Why you keep moving around like you want to? That's a crazy freeze frame. That's a crazy freeze frame. Why you keep moving around like you on an Addy?
Prior, but I don't believe that she was immediately on Rock Nation starting her career. She was already established before. I don't get why, you know, all of these people have been pushed down, but I think that Rock Nation definitely is corrupt in what it's doing. No different to Bad Boy Records, in my humble opinion. Of course, birthed by Diddy and Clive Davis. All of these people, these executives, they like to birth these record labels either to money launder, to manipulate their artists, to have breadwinners and restrict other people. You know, just like how a modeling agency can be used to lure in young people like what Epstein was doing, record labels do something similar as well. And I feel like we should have a wider discussion on this. And I think that it's important to analyze this. And I don't understand, well, I'm glad that people are doing it now, but I feel like people have been talking about it here and there. But I don't want to see a documentary in 20 years time about Rock Nation. Let's talk about a conversation now. Let's have this conversation now. Let's just open it up. I don't know if anybody else has experience in regards to Rock Nation. Even when Jay-Z did his GQ interview, there were plenty of people coming out, calling them out, talking about, I did this photography for you, but, you know, I never got paid and etc. Like, all of this, it definitely exists. Billionaires don't become billionaires naturally without, you know, taking advantage of anyone. And that's what I believe is happening here. And Arya Starr seems to be the other unfortunate victim for what it looks like.
Damn, that's Katy Perry.
All my personal opinion. Let me know your thoughts out, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below.
What did Justin Trudeau do to, like... Do you think Afrobeats was starting to uproot the R&B soul genre? Bro, it already did that like years ago. It's just that no one has their... Like, okay, when it comes from music, coming from whether it's Nigeria, Ghana, or just any part of Africa, when it comes to the whole continent, a lot of people don't have their eyes over there. So whatever translates to other countries is going to be like the viral hit. So like, I listen to a lot of UK music, but at the same time with all that UK music, you're getting a very strong and healthy amount of Afro beats from out there as well, based on what they be listening to. There is an African community in Toronto as well. So when you go out to their events, they have Afrobeat nights, or they have Afro fusion nights that's also mixed in with R&B and hip hop. Then you start to hear some of the hits they be listening to consistently in those club nights. So I get exposed to the music through them. I'm gonna say this right now. Afrobeats already is running circles around R&B. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. When you have acts like Burna Boy, prior this man's ego getting involved or ego getting in front of him, when you have acts like Wizkid and all the collaborations that he has, and then you start getting into the Amapiano songs that they be playing at the club night. If you would have seen how Africans party, oh my God, you are going to get tired just looking at them. If you ever see them party, you'd expect the whole club to be on drugs, but that is raw energy. Afrobeats is different. Afrobeats is super different. Hey, Slay Queen, have a great night. Sleep well. Thank you for stopping by. If you go live again, I'm there. You understand? So, have a good night. Sleep well. You know, real quick, let me play some Arya Starr so y'all can understand. Because we've been talking about her this whole time. But none of y'all even know. So, I'm going to play one of her best songs. She has a song called Rush. Boy, this song wicked. Let me say that. This song Rush by Arya Starr is wicked. Like, but Slay, have a great night, alright? Sleep well. Oh my God. Look how many views this song has. Come on. Come on. I'm not subbed. Let me fix that. What? Hey, that's all it takes. It's quick. Arya Starr. It's one of her best songs.
Sabi girl no dey too like talk. Animals they in human form. but you must hustle if you want job. You no finish, they won't fight us. If them they run, them no fit catch up. I know they form say I too righteous. No con they form say you too like us. Me no get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah, what they want telling me. Could deny my fantasy. They want to check if my tap ain't no wrong. But it they rush well, it be much. Now gotta make my tap in the rush. The kind money we touch, yeah. It they rush well, it be much. No be hype, everybody they crush. There's no darling we touch.
This song is wicked. If you ever seen what the ladies be doing to this music, Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Like, this song is dangerous in club settings. Jesus God! Oh my goodness! Waistline on 0 gravity. Holy! Nah, this hey, this is dangerous. Let me exit this video, cause jeez. What I know about Aria, don't do that. Ron, don't do that, gang. I know too much. What? And they went crazy. There you go, Ron. See, Ron understands. Holy. Holy. That's crazy. Arya Starr is a dangerous artist and Rock Nation is misusing her. Oh my God. Damn shame, bruh. Damn shame. I'm a fan of Arya Starr. Her music is incredible. So shout out to her for sure. Jeez, man. Jeez. All right. How much time do I got? 28 minutes. 28 minutes. 28 minutes. 28 minutes. 28 minutes. Wait, what? Oh yeah, apparently I'm a member at We Are Deciphered. Someone must have threw out some memberships and I must have caught one, so that's cool. How many videos do I have? Manufactured Absence, Curtis King. 2. The thing is, the last 2 videos are long. Like, the last 2 videos are not short. Rock Nation better not mess around with her. She's too talented. Amen. Amen. Global sensation, Arya Starr, mind you. Songs playing everywhere. You know what? I'm a piano. I wonder if there's any like shorts where I can show y'all how they be partying. If you would have seen how these individuals party, man, you sit there confused. You sit there confused. Let me see. All right. All right. If you would have seen how these people party, Jesus God.
Worldwide Pluto Manias, that not normal team. Presido with the big machine. Your girlfriend wanna suck my.
Don't put me in settings like this, because I promise you, I'm going to be right there in front losing my mind. I guarantee you that. But I know they have viral moments, but like the most replayed. So let's check this one. when he dances Afro beats, a lot of shoulder work. You see it. So I wanna go. Hey, we gonna get up out of here, bro. Cause I feel like I'm gonna start partying at this point. I feel like I'm gonna start partying at this point, bro. Don't play with me, bro. I love this culture too much. You know what I'm saying? I love this culture too much. Oh man. I'm gonna see if I can find some viral moments to share with y'all guys. Cause trust me, if you would have seen what these people be doing, Jesus God. You'd look at it and be like, where'd this saxophone come from? Oh shit, bro. Oh man. Afrobeat subject matter seems to be more universal outside the box. Absolutely. You should see how Mexican people party. Hey, Noah, I already know, bro. I already know, but it don't compare to Africans. I'm just saying that, bro. I'm just saying that. I ain't seen one culture out there beat Africans when it comes to that energy. All right, when it comes to that raw energy, it's different. Let me just say that. Well, we're gonna end off here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. If you want to pull up to the Discord, we're definitely gonna have a watch party for Culture United. We're probably gonna be chatting in the background. About to go. Got beat up by Momo for a bit. Damn, I hope she won, bro. That's all I'm saying. Whooped yo ass. All right, I'm gonna go chill in the Discord. If you want to pull up to Discord, I'm sure someone shared the Discord link earlier. Tap in with us. Hit the link tree actually. So in the link tree, I updated the Discord link. I have the new Discord link in the link tree now. So tap in with us. And shoot, actually no, I don't have the link tree updated on here. I know I have it copied, but I never updated it yet. You know, maybe I can paste it. Let me paste the updated link tree. Check the messages I sent you. All right, bet. I got a. You need my opinion? Oh, I got you. So that's the updated link tree. So in that updated link tree, you can find the Discord link. It should be the first one. So, hey, come tap in with us on Discord, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Shout out to the Flex Mob. Shout out to the Shadow Mob. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Alex for your memberships. All right, I appreciate you. We had Alex with the 4-month, and we had Jordan with the upgrade. So shout out to y'all for sure. Y'all the MVPs today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the mob. Shout out to the mob for showing up for Slay. Shout out to the chat. Good energy today. That's what I like to see. That's what we here for. We here for good energy and vibes and talk that realness. You know what I'm talking about? So at this point, I'm going to work on some uploads, and then we're just going to kick back. Either going to chat or just watch Culture United, either one. But, hey, man, today was fun. We had a nice 2-hour live. So we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. There go King Hammer with the Discord link. Appreciate you. Hey, there you go. There go Vibrant. Thanks, Flex. Have a good night, everyone. Yes, take care. Hey, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, bro. Shout out to y'all. Peace. Y'all know the spiel already, though. Take care. Be well. Be safe. Stay true. Be you. Live long and long live. Peace. Have a great day. Have a great night wherever you are in this world. Just don't forget to be an outstanding individual. Because I know this world be getting dark, but we are the dope individuals out there that be keeping they lights on. You see what I'm saying? Whew. I'm going to see y'all in Discord. Yeah, W stream. Arya Star, man. She is fine. Jeez.